Welcome in to Outkick the show. I am your fearless leader, Clay Travis. There is much travesty to get to, but we begin as we always do, reminding you to go to oddshark.com for all of your gambling and informational related needs. If you do so, you'll be glad that you did because they can get you hooked up for NBA Game 5. We'll give you gambling tips at the end of this show, but we begin, first of all, with an awful screw job against my favorite team in hockey, the Nashville Predators. Now, I am clearly a hockey expert, a savant, as it may be well described, the Rain Man of hockey knowledge. I basically know everything, and in fact, I know so much that I'm going to make sure that this just went out, and it went out correctly. All right, we got the show up. I don't know how many of you were watching the Preds-Penguins game last night. I was there in the best outfit that's ever existed in the history of Bridgestone Arena, rocking my Preds Friday Night Light polo, nice little smooth jean look, beautiful cream-colored shoes, mixing the white, mixing the black. We'll get to that in a little while, but we have many other things to get to, beginning with the Nashville Predators getting screwed on the goal that would have given them a tremendous lead. Let me know if you can hear this all right on Periscope. We got some frozen screen issues going on. Let me know if you can see this, if everything's going smooth on Periscope. We've had issues of late with Facebook, but Facebook seems to be going great right now. I can't see any of your comments. So none of your comments are showing up. I'm not sure we're frozen on the numbers. I'm not sure if we're actually visible at all. So I'm going to ask you to do right now, before we get going any further, will you guys tweet me if you can see things okay on Periscope? Is Periscope working? We're going to do this Morse code style. Yes, Facebook is good, Andrew. I know it is. It's Morse code style. Tweet me right now if you can see things okay on Periscope. Let me know. I'm not sure if it's working flawlessly or if it's horribly flawed right now. Let's see. Periscope's good. Periscope is working. Okay. Everybody's saying that. I can't see your comments, so it doesn't look like I'll have any comments to respond to here, but it looks like everything is working out fine. Okay. Here's the deal. Preds got screwed last night. I am not a hockey savant in the grand scheme of things. This is not somebody that you come to say, hey, can you break down the first line as it compared to the third line? You're going to go top shelf, bottom shelf, lower body, upper body. I know nothing about hockey, all right, in the grand scheme of things. But I learned a long time ago that anytime you have questions about rules or regulations, there's a place you go first. And the place you go first is pretty straightforward and it's pretty simple. You go to the rule book. And here's what the rule book says. The rule book is pretty straightforward. The video review process shall be permitted to assist the referees in determining the legitimacy of all potential goals. For example, pucks that enter the net, all these different examples. This would also include situations whereby the referee stops play or is in the process of stopping the play because he has lost sight of the puck and it is subsequently determined by video review that the puck crosses or has crossed the goal line and enters the net as the culmination of a continuous play where the result was unaffected by the whistle, i.e. the timing of the whistle was irrelevant to the puck entering the net at the end of a continuous play. Well, then that brings us back to an interesting question. What is a continuous play? Okay, well, it's interesting. I was able to find, thanks to a few of you guys sharing links with me, a clear play which was considered to be a continuous play by the people who reviewed the goals when it happened between the Calgary, the Sabres, and the Flames back in October. They reviewed this play. The whistle blew. A shot was taken. Another shot was taken. The rebound shot was put into the goal, and they determined that that was a continuous play. Well, if you go look at the videos here, and I would encourage you guys to go to Outkick the Coverage and check it out for yourselves. Again, go to outkickthecoverage.com and check it out. It seems readily apparent here that we had a continuous play in motion. Now, why does this matter? I am not saying that if the Preds had gotten this goal early in the second period, they would have won Game 6 and forced a Game 7. Moreover, I don't believe the Preds would have even won Game 7 if they had taken this to Game 7 because of how Pekka Rinne has played on the road in Games 1, 3, and 5. 1, 2, and 5. I don't feel good at all that the Preds would win Game 7 on the road at Pittsburgh. But I do believe that if you actually apply the rules, here, you will see pretty straightforwardly that there was an obligation to review this goal, and that if the precedent that existed in that Buffalo-Calgary game still applies, then that goal was good by the Preds. There was nobody there to stop the goal. It was a wide open net. The goalie did not make a clean save. The puck skittered through and was then put into the back of the net. It should have been a goal. You can see the way the Penguins players react. They think that a goal has been scored. You can see the way that the Preds players react. They think a goal has been scored as well. That, my friends, was a goal. There is zero doubt about it if you actually apply the rules. So why does that matter? Well, going up 1-0 in a game like this, where there were virtually no goals scored, who knows what might have happened down the stretch. If everything else went the exact same, you can't even say that the Penguins would have definitely scored there with a minute and a half left, since they may have well already pulled their goalie. And the Preds may have had an entirely different strategy at play if they didn't need to score anymore, and all they needed to do was pack in their defense and try to allow Pekka Rinne to fend off all the attempts to score by the Penguins. I'm not saying that the results would have been the exact same, but I am saying that going up 1-0 there would have been tremendously important to the Preds' chances of winning Game 6, forcing a Game 7, taking this all the way back to Pittsburgh. I think it's a really, really good story. Yes, I would have still worn that same outfit. It was not reviewed to see whether or not there should have been a goal. It was blown call. The NHL should be ashamed of itself. The Preds got screwed. All right, I can't see any of your comments if you're making any at all on Periscope, so I'm going to go to Facebook. Are there any questions at all? You guys can fire away on Facebook. I will answer them. Again, I'm not saying I know what the outcome of the game would have been, and in fact, I believe that it's likely that there would have been an issue with the Preds winning Game 7 on the road. I don't think they would have done it. I think that the Penguins should have been a prohibitive favorite. But we did get cheated out of a Game 7, which would have happened on Wednesday night, would have had the entire American sporting calendar watching by itself before the U.S. Open officially got underway. To me, that's a big-time cheating situation. We all got cheated out of that game. People say you can't win going 0 for 5 on the power play. Well, the Preds have been bad on power play throughout the entire playoffs. In fact, they've been more likely to score by far not on the power play. I saw them in person below another 5-3 advantage against the Ducks in a series that they ended up winning in 6 games. So the Preds are not really a team that's equipped to do incredibly well in the power play. I'm not good enough at hockey to figure out why that is, but the Preds haven't been very good on the power play throughout the entire playoffs. I don't think they were that good during the regular season. So they don't seem to get as much of an advantage as other teams do there. It's certainly one of the flaws that exists in their game. So I'm not going to focus on other parts of the game when we had a clear goal there under the existing NHL rules. If they had applied their rules correctly, they would have ruled that that was a goal. It would have changed everything to go up 1-0 in a game that was going to be that tight. It was going to be that much of a defensive struggle. How much different would Pekka Rinne have played with a little bit of a goal advantage? We don't know. But we know that he had been very good in the games in Nashville before, and in fact was very good in the game in Nashville again last night, where he only gave up 1 goal. And let's be honest, that was kind of a flukish goal, the way that puck bounced back with a minute and a half left and allowed the Penguins to put that puck in the net. All right, this is also attracting a lot of attention. My outfit was gold. I don't know how many of you have seen this. There's a big article up that thousands of you are reading on Outkick right now, defending my outfit. I got crushed on social media. I almost wore the same outfit, but it's being washed already. Here's what I wore. You can go to my Twitter feed at Clay Travis. You can go check out Outkick the coverage and check out what exactly I wore as well. There's a picture up there as well as a defense. I wore an amazing Friday Night Lights polo from the Dillon Panthers coaching staff. Now, I was told it was Kyle Chandler, a.k.a. Coach Taylor's polo. I wore that. It's a little bit oversized. Wasn't a great fit. It was a little bit extra. But, you know, when you're a beast of a man like I am, sometimes you got to go with whatever else you get sent. And maybe Chandler, whatever, Kyle Chandler is a bigger dude than I thought. I don't know. Anyway, I wear this polo. I wear normal jeans, and then I wear some nice cream-colored tennis shoes. Looked just like a Frosty, nice little mocha hint to it. It looked like incredible walking on air, walking on Frosty caliber shoes, and I got crushed for it. And I just got to tell you, number one, if you have a Friday night coach's polo and it's blue with a yellow, gold P, which looks like it stands for Predators, perfect color, you wear it. You break it out. Clear hearts, full minds, can't lose. All of that is true. All right? That's the truth. So you wear that. My jeans. A lot of you accusing my jeans of not being a good look on the jeans. I got to tell you this. I'm not a tight jeans guy. If you ever see me wearing jeans that are so tight my thighs can't move, if you ever see me with jeans so tight my calf muscles seem like they're caught in a vice, if you ever see me in jeans so tight that you're like, there's Clay Travis and there's his cock and balls pressed right up tightly, right in his groin, I can see every inch of him. If you ever see me in pants like that, I have been taken hostage or someone has drugged me to the point that I am not aware of the fashion choices that I am making, okay? I am not Euro Clay. I'm not tight jean, pussy, bitch Clay Travis, all right? I want my cock and balls to hang freely. I want them to move easily about the groinal region. I don't have any interest whatsoever in sitting down in pants where I can't have a wallet and I can't have my phone also simultaneously in those pants. Now, as a result, that means that I might wear jeans that are not insanely tight. That's what all men should do. Just like you don't see basketball players out there in the John Stockton cock-hugging shorts, you don't wear cock-hugging jeans. And I can't believe that some of you pussies out here are criticizing my jean choice. First of all, you need to look in the mirror and question everything about yourselves. If you have a penis and you wear pants that are so tight that cock can't breathe, that's on you. One day you're not going to have kids. I've already got 3 kids. I don't have to worry about whether or not my sperm work. But a lot of you guys out there watching right now in your tight-ass jeans, and somewhere, it may not be everybody wearing a tight-ass jeans, but just about every single one of you in your 20s, and there are a ton of you watching right now, every single one of you in your 20s, you have some loser friend who's always wearing cock-tight jeans, and he's always trying to convince you guys to wear cock-tight jeans too. And you know what's going to happen? One day that guy's going to get married, never going to have kids, because he's going to have strained the ability of his gonads to ever produce functional sperm, all so he can walk around and look like he's from Belgium. That ain't for me. Now, if you're Belgian or you've been dreaming your whole life of looking like a pussy from France, then go ahead and do it. Now, women, on the other hand, should only wear tight jeans. Like last night, my wife had on tight jeans. Women should be unable to move without the jeans moving with them. That makes sense. But women, by and large, at least back in my day, didn't also have cock and balls. And if you do have a cock and balls, you shouldn't be in tight jeans. That is a perfectly defended perspective from me. All right? Anybody right now that you see in tight jeans, you need to immediately suspect them. You need to assume that they're European. You need to assume that they're not trustworthy. I'm not saying that the guys who wear tight jeans are from ISIS, but I do think the guys who are wearing tight jeans are probably from ISIS. That's just what I'm saying. Terrorists, they're cock and ball terrorists trying to take over our country and make sure that our sperm counts never rise again, that we can't make America great again by having babies. That's my belief. May not be right, but that's my belief. That's why I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to Han Solo my cock and balls. You don't know what reference I'm making there. Han Solo, you know, when he went into the chamber, he got put up on Jabba the Hutt's wall. And if you look at Han Solo, he's like that, right? He's like frozen, like he didn't want to get frozen. And then he has to get freed by Princess Leia. That's what you do to your cock and balls every day when you wear tight jeans. Your cock and balls are just up there like they just got frozen. Like they just got flash frozen by like Han Solo back when he became Jabba the Hutt's on the wall hanging buddy. So if you're wearing tight jeans, questionable move. Now, the other thing is my shoes. I'm not sure that those shoes have even been produced for the general public yet. I think Under Armour might have sent me prototype shoes. See, Under Armour, big fan of Outkick. They sent me 7 pairs of shoes. I tweeted them out a while ago. Every pair of shoes you could possibly imagine, including these great mocha frosty colored shoes. Most comfortable shoes imaginable. And I've been wearing them all over the place. I was just in LA last weekend. I was wearing them everywhere in LA. You know what people in LA were thinking? That motherfucker knows what he's doing. You know, I could hear people whispering when I walk past. They're like, "Did you see it? That motherfucker's got brown shoes." And not just normal brown shoes, like a light brown frosty colored shoe. perfect color shoe, like Steph Curry skin color shoe. It's an unbelievable look, beautiful. The mixture of white and black, while all you other people out there running around your white and your black shoes, I'm bringing the races together with a nice mocha colored shoe. Perfect tennis shoe, looks fantastic on me. I don't even think it's available anywhere yet. Vintage model here, and I got ripped for it. You know, all that tells me is people don't know about fashion. You guys don't know about fashion. If you looked at me in that outfit and your first thought was, I'm going to make fun of what Clay Travis is wearing, I'm sorry. I'm like Oscar de la Renta. I am like, who's the woman? Anna Wintour. There are few people who are 38-year-olds and run websites with a better sense of style than me. That's true. That's bona fide. Furthermore, my wife is hot and has great taste. Outside of the fact that she married me, she has an unfailing, unflinching, unflappable taste. And I said to her before I went out, because this is what happens once you get married. Once you get married, every time that a husband leaves the house, his wife is on the hook for what he's wearing in public if she is going with him. People don't look at the husband and say, I can't believe he wore that. They look at the woman and say, I can't believe she let him wear that. That's the way it goes. If you don't understand, I've been married 13 years. Not a time now when I go out in public, going to a charity event, going to a dinner party, going to an athletic event, that I don't stand in front of my wife and say, can I wear this? You know, I got 40 or 50 people coming up to me at the Preds game getting pictures taken. I said, hey, babe, I got to look good. I got to make sure that my Friday Night Lights polo is fitting as well as it possibly can. I got to make sure that my jeans are looking great and nobody has to see my cock and balls, that I can still have children after we go to this game, and that I can put my phone in my pocket and also carry my wallet. And I got to make sure that these mocha, perfectly beautiful, frosty colored sneakers are ready to go. My tennis shoe game was, what do the kids say, on fleek? Do they still say that? Unstoppable. So, anybody who came at me for the clothing options, you've all lost. You've all lost at life. You're jealous. Oh, wait, there we go. There we go. Suddenly the mentions have returned. The mentions have returned on Periscope. First time I've seen them the whole time. So that, my friends, is the truth. Somebody said, you're proudly wearing another man's shirt. That is one of the best television shows ever made. And yes, I would proudly be wearing another man's shirt. I would. That's the truth. I wouldn't wear a jersey, because if you wear a jersey, then what that means, honestly, is whatever man's name is on the back of your jersey, you'd be comfortable giving him a high five while he Eiffel Towers your wife. That's just true with one of his teammates. That's just true. That's what I see. Every time I see somebody wearing a jersey, I'm like, oh, that guy's, he's over there in a Aaron Rodgers jersey. Means he'd be perfectly fine giving a high five to Aaron Rodgers while he banged his wife. Maybe that's not true, but every time you wear a jersey, you make me think that. And also, the jersey, bad fit. Jersey's like wearing a potato sack. Like, why can't a jersey be made in normal size? This is why I give an exemption for soccer jerseys. Because you can wear a soccer jersey and it's basically a t-shirt. You look totally normal in it. You can go out and do a normal day's activity in it. If you wear a jersey, you are a fucking loser. That's all I got to say. That's the truth. Okay, we got a major controversy going on. We had a bunch of mentions show up for 1 second, and then they all disappeared. I don't know what happened there. We had a bunch of mentions show up, and then they all disappeared. But I've got a couple of stories for you, and this is troubling. It was bad enough that the Preds lost, because I was looking forward to Game 7 on Wednesday night. Not a lot of great sporting events coming on. I was looking forward to watching Game 7, seeing whether Nashville could win its first ever title. And then I found out, on top of all the other things that are going bad, that they've stopped filming Bachelor in Paradise because our girl Corinne from South Florida, because our girl from Corinne had an issue. And I'm reading from TMZ. Bachelor in Paradise was shut down after a producer complained about two contestants getting extremely sexual, not just sexual, extremely sexual, in a swimming pool. Which, by the way, that's the only reason anybody watches Bachelor in Paradise, because people hook up in swimming pools. But Demario Jackson and Corinne Olympios were told by producers that one of the storylines would be the two of them hooking up, especially entertaining because both are considered villains from previous shows. We're told the two met at the bar, alcohol was flowing. Demario says Corinne jumped in his lap and started making out with him. We're told there was lots of, quote, intense rubbing. Demario says Corinne then suggested they retreat to the pool with the cameras rolling. They took off their clothes, started making out, and, quote, rubbing, touching, and fingering. He says she put her genitals in his face, and as a gentleman, he had no other choice but to begin licking. but we're told this allegation is a big point of contention and others disagree with his account. He says he was not able to engage in intercourse because of the alcohol. DeMario says the next day everything was fine and he and Corinne were actually getting along well, but on Tuesday they were called in by the executive producer and told one of the show producers had seen the film and was, quote, uncomfortable with what was shot. The producer has filed a formal complaint with Warner Brothers. Warner Brass immediately suspended production, launched an investigation, and released DeMario and Corinne. 2 days later, Warner Brothers released the entire cast while they investigated, quote, alleged misconduct. As we said, other versions of what happened that differ from DeMario. Just what we needed. A sexual assault investigation into Bachelor in Paradise. Just what do you think? The one place where I don't have to worry about the real world intruding in my life. Now the Bachelor in Paradise, Corinne goes down there, DeMario goes down there, they start hooking up. Next thing you know, we got a sexual assault investigation. Are we going to have an actual sexual assault investigation into Bachelor in Paradise? They might have to cancel the whole show if this happens. Unbelievable. All right, I can't see your comments, but I'm a huge fan of both Corinne. I don't know. Thank you. I'm seeing all of a sudden the comments, but I have no idea where they're coming from. I have no idea if these are old or new. These may be incredibly late on the comments, but I'm seeing some of the comments now. Finally, NBA Finals Game 5 is going on tonight, and we have the question, which is kind of segmenting and rolling around everywhere, which is this. Is the fix in? Basically, will we get the fix in or not? I don't know. I don't know whether the fix is going to be in or not. I have no idea. Yes, all the comments are now rolling in very late. I have no idea what the actual impact is going to be of this game, but I have my suspicions that the NBA is going to insist that this go at least 6 or 7 games. Now, here's what's kind of fascinating. Here's what's kind of fascinating to me. Tim Donaghy has come out and said that he thinks the fix will be in. I talked to somebody who is pretty high up in the realm of television, and he told me something interesting. He said that he believed that NBC is likely to make more money off of the NHL playoffs than the ABC, ESPN, Disney is off of the NBA playoffs if the NBA playoffs don't go at least 6 or 7 games. That is, the audience is going to plummet. Assuming the Warriors close it out tonight, then everybody is going to be running for the hills because it will be a potential disaster. I'm going to tell you all about that momentarily, but first, I got to tell you about my friends at Magical Realty. Have you ever heard the horror stories of people who bought timeshare sitting through a 2-hour presentation? Don't make the same mistake your parents made. Don't buy directly from the developer. Buy from the thousands of people who want out of their deals. In most cases, you'll save 90% off developer prices. Right now, you can own a Marriott timeshare in Orlando for only $2,500 compared to the $28,000 the original owner paid. Contact Magical Realty to help you save big on your future vacations. Email them at info@magicalrealty.com. That's info@magicalrealty.com. You can also, obviously, go check out the website, magicalrealty.com. If you're looking for an affordable place to stay at Disney, get hooked up there. Again, magicalrealty.com. All right, several additional thoughts here. I am blown away by the ridiculousness of everything surrounding the NBA in Game 4. We talked about that. It was a totally absurd situation that developed in Game 4. Will we get some form of awkwardness in Game 5? How much trouble should the Warriors feel like they're in? I think the Warriors win big. I think the Warriors win by 10 points tonight. Not sure that I'm going to bet it. But I do feel very comfortable that they are going to come out, play a lot tougher on defense. They've had several days now to get ready. I believe that the Cavs cannot win Game 5. Now, if the Cavs win Game 5, then all bets are off because I think they'd have a good chance to win Game 6, and they'd have a good chance to win Game 7. That first half from the Cavs was out of this world. But I think the referees are going to take control of this game early. I think Steph Curry will end up shooting a ton of free throws. There is no doubt at all in my mind that the Cavs are going to lose by double digits tonight against the Warriors. So that is my prediction for Game 5 going on tonight. I told you before the playoffs started that the Warriors were going to win this one in 5 games. I think that tomorrow we'll be talking about the outcome of this game. We'll be talking about the legacy of LeBron, and we'll be asking the question, how good are these Warriors in historic magnitude? Because if they win tonight, they will have gone 16-1 in the NBA playoffs, better than the 15-3 record of the Chicago Bulls, better than the 15-1 record of the LA Lakers. It would be the greatest performance in the playoffs in the history of the NBA, and we would have 4 guys who I think could end up being in the Hall of Fame: Steph, Draymond, Clay, and Durant. And all of those guys, theoretically, could be on the same thing. There's always somebody out there who's like, the 0-1 Lakers, stop, you Kobe people, stop with your Lakers argument. That is not true. This Warriors team, I believe, would beat every other team in the history of the NBA. I think Zaza should have been suspended. He was not, but that is my belief. He should have been suspended for that punch. 16-1, greatest record in the NBA playoffs of all time, including 15 straight. All right, we'll take a couple of questions, and then I am off to go pick up my kids at the summer camp where they go during the day here as well. No response from Sean King on my $50,000 bet. No responses at all, so we haven't gotten any actual resolution there. If you're just tuning in for the show, our rundown has been Preds getting screwed. I broke down the NHL rules as only an NHL genius like me could do. We talked about the Bachelor in Paradise. We talked about my incredible outfit. We talked about the NBA Finals in Game 5. The Draymond controversy, well, the Draymond controversy last year was overblown. I think it's just a symptomatic of a bad job officiating. Having said that, I didn't think the NBA was as bad in Game 4 officiating as the NHL was in Game 6 last night. Preds should have won that game. Should have happened. My wife had to call into the radio show and defend my outfit that she helped pick out. So all of that happened. If you missed the radio show this morning, it was pretty great, if I do say so myself. Again, it's always on 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern on Fox Sports Radio, Sirius XM Channel 83. And we always do this show right around 3 o'clock Eastern every single afternoon. Outkick the show. Go to OddsShark for all your gambling informational related needs. And thanks today for today's sponsor as well, Magical Realty. Make sure you go check them out as well. Info at magicalrealty.com. The website, magicalrealty.com as well. How did we handle the traffic? It was packed last night in Nashville. Incredible scene. More girls in short shorts, Daisy Dukes as it were, and cowboy boots than has probably ever existed in the history of anywhere. We drove in. We didn't Uber. I was afraid about the difficulty of getting out with Uber. We live down in Williamson County now. We have moved outside the city of Nashville. So we just parked on the south side of Nashville and then rolled out that way. How many beers at the game? I don't remember. We actually ate at the Palm across the street right before the game. Had a couple of beers there. I didn't have that much to drink because I had to get up at 4 a.m. You have to get up at 4 a.m. You don't get back home till after 11. There's not a lot of time to sleep, which is why I may end up actually taking a nap tonight because we've got the NBA again tonight. I will tell you this much. My sleep schedule is drastically in favor of the NBA and the NHL finals being over because I can go back to a normal sleep schedule without having to stay up to midnight every night watching these results and then turning around and waking up a few hours later to do the radio show. The other thing about this, I was in LA, great visit to LA, Fox Sports Radio, early plugs here. We got 2 major new advertisers coming on in a big way on the radio show as we add different affiliates. By the way, Tuesday, tomorrow, the show starts in Albuquerque, New Mexico for all the people out there, including my college roommate who live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You will now be able to hear Outkick the coverage. Lots of other markets coming on soon, but 250 AM and FM stations, over 250, Sirius XM Channel 83, TrueCar, and Dollar Shave Club, both coming on in a big way. Thanks to their support, it was great to go visit their bosses, to go visit their offices. We are on a roll. I appreciate all the support. If you're interested in advertising, I'll put you in touch with everybody. You can email me directly at claytravis@gmail.com. This has been Outkick the Show. I appreciate all of you coming and hanging out with us on this Monday. Preds got screwed. Unfortunately, we're all getting screwed because Bachelor in Paradise is now blocked and not continuing. And tonight, Warriors by double digits. It's going to happen. It will happen. It's definite. It is going to continue. Appreciate all of you. I'll be back tomorrow reacting. Might do a live reaction show tonight if something crazy happens in the NBA. Otherwise, I will be back. I told you the Warriors are going to win in 5. Warriors close it out tonight, win by 10 or more. I'm Clay Travis. This is Outkick the show. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Go check out oddshark.com if you need gambling-related information. Love you guys. I'll see you.